Sure.
Ocarina of Time is literally timeless. As a kid, I was always into the latest games, the best graphics, the flashiest characters. You know, I used to be all into Crash Bandicoot, playing all them games. Crash Twinsanity, that is a hidden gem.
Tree from did you eat? I'ma ask you again. Did you eat a tree from right here?
Moving on from those games, Ocarina of Time also has all three of those things that I've just mentioned. It was okay, except it being a latest game. You know, it's not a latest game now. But once upon a time, Ocarina of Time was the latest game in the world. But it also was once the best graphical game out there. And was it the flashiest character? Maybe not. But it was definitely a cool character. And I think it's important that I say this because I decided to play Ocarina of Time despite the game being older than me. And despite me not really being into old and retro games, you know. I kept hearing many people tell me,
this is the GOAT game. This is the game you have to play. If you haven't played this game, you haven't experienced all of gaming. I'm like,
okay, all of this hype, all of this talk, let me hear you guys out. So I wanted to decide for myself whether this game was worth the hype. And you know what? Even the Song of Time can't take me back to that great experience. That's all I'm going to say. But enough waffling from me, let me tell you why Ocarina of Time is timeless. And why I love the game despite it being older than me. Yeah, about 5 years older than me. But yeah, first thing I want to cover is the story. Okay, I could do a proper story recap with like chapters and everything and going into the story with chronological order. But you know what? I kind of want to just go over the game from my own experience and how I felt throughout the story. So this is first-hand experience. And I'm gonna be absolutely honest with you guys. The first core of the game, I had no idea what was going on. I just see this tree die in front of me. He's telling me I am the next hero of time. I need to save this world from Ganondorf. Like, bro, I'm just a kid. Like, what's this? All this pressure on me straight away. It's like when them fathers are saying Project Mbappe. Like, yo. But yeah, I was told I got to save Hyrule from this Ganondorf guy. So I had to lock in at the age of 8 years old. And yeah, I got a free Ocarina, that Zelda Dash. You know, hey, free instrument, freebies. We can't say no. But on a real one, the game's lessons about time and the tragic story of Link not getting a childhood so he can be strong enough to fight Ganondorf and save Hyrule was so sad, man. I definitely weren't tearing up while playing through this game, like, definitely. You know, not a shed of tear. I'm a manly man. I'm a manly guy. I don't cry. I don't tear up. But what shocked me the most from this 1996 game was the perfect mix of gameplay and storytelling. Like, it was just so well embedded between each other. I was like, yo, I think I had like, maybe I was just an ignorant kid or something. I used to think old games, nah, they can't be that good. But yo, this game, it caught me off guard. I was like, yo, fair enough, Nintendo, you were doing something special back in the day that I did not even know about. I wasn't even in the womb. I wasn't even an atom in the world back then. And as a dude who was playing only modern day story games, you know, I was hooked. I have to admit it. This was the first time I was hooked. And the support that Link had from the mandem, from the people throughout all these years, even though he skipped his childhood, those people were still there for him. I forgot the names. I think they're the sages, correct? Yeah, the sages, they had his back throughout all these years, you know. Doesn't matter about the Ocarina of Time and how time moved on, they still had his back. And I was like, don't make me cry, bro. Because I'm manly, I don't cry. And I can't continue this video without mentioning the one character that made this experience so special, gave me that emotional connection to this game. And my guy was dropping the craziest life quotes. Like, you'll think he was a philosopher. Nintendo, I don't know what was happening in the offices back then, but wow, the quotes, it's probably affected people to this day. That game, you know, games when they have meaning is what makes them even more special. And I know there's a lot of people who have Ocarina of Time as a special game to them, and it definitely means a lot to them. And even for me, even though I found out the game late, it's definitely a game that stays in the heart, bro. This character gave me something to look forward to every time I complete a temple. Yes, even the water temple. And that guy's name is Sheik.
That's why he's the GOAT.
Quotes that bro was telling me each time, and I was like, yo, that was going in my brain, analyzing it, philosophy masterclass. I was like, yo, this guy's a legend. Like, hear him out. Let me give you some of my man's quotes. The flow of time is always cruel. Its speed seems different for each person, but no one can change it. A thing that does not change with time is the memory of younger days. Like, wow. Bro was telling us about nostalgia and how things always change. But the memories of them days, the nostalgia will never ever change, bro. Life is always changing, but those memories don't go. Let me hit you with another one, just to prove my point about this guy's character. Time passes, people move, like a river's flow, it never ends. A childish mind will turn to noble ambition. Young love will become deep affection. The clear water surface reflects growth. Like, wow. I didn't finish the quote, but that line right there, that hit me right in the heart. The clear water surface reflects growth. Like, if you look at the water 10 years ago and you look at the water today, okay, now I know the comments are going to say, oh, you're so British, you're saying water. Okay, yeah, I get it. Yeah, man, you'll always see your growth reflected in the water. And now listen to the serenade of water to reflect upon myself. Like, my man, he sent me to the corner. He sent me to the Vinland Saga mountains to go reflect upon myself after playing that. That's what I'm gonna say to the viewers right here. I'm already lost on the game right now. I'm focusing on one character when it comes to the story, because this character, I think he gives a lot of meaning to the game, you know, and he also helps Link. You know, Link is alone on this journey, but Sheik is always there to have his back, and I feel like this friendship grows throughout the game, and it's something that I just love to see in it, and it's something that's a memorable part of the game. I am going to go into spoiler territory. Yes, I know Sheik is not a guy, and Sheik is actually Zelda, so if you've already commented, you know, just wait, chill, relax. But still, I feel like even having Zelda having to, you know, transform to show support for Link, you know, because, you know, she can't do it as herself because, you know, she'll get captured by Ganondorf, you know. But even having to see Zelda go through such lengths to help Link just shows, even through that time skip that Link had, he always had people who had his back, even though he never knew at the time. And yeah, I feel like the story of the game, in my personal opinion, is what Sheik and Link remind me about, and that is time. Ocarina of Time, so literally in the name of the game. Time is something we can't control. Things, people, and the world will always move and change, including you and me, you know. We're always going to change. But even if we had great days or bad days in the past, the future is something we always move forward to, you know. And the seeds of the future are being planted today, each day, with the actions you do right now. So hey, me, even though I'm still going on about the story of Ocarina of Time, I just want to say, chase your dreams, plant that seed today. Start planting the seeds and see it grow over time. But yo, this game is making me sound like a philosopher. Like, I need to relax. This is not my bag. This is not my style. So, my people, we are going to switch up the topic to the music and the sound of Ocarina of Time, because this is such another big component that had me so impressed with the game. And I don't know why, I don't really usually talk so seriously about games, you know. That was a bit like, it was out of my comfort zone, you know. But back with the music, this place was the vibe. This place was the place to be. If you weren't here, you are missing out. This is where all the people were chilling. This is where all the people were traveling into. Forget about Hyrule, these people were traveling from Mario 64 and that to chill in this game. Because this is the spot for the Nintendo 64, right? The music over here, I remember this dog chasing me. Some guy was like laying down in the back streets and but honestly, it was a great vibe, you know. We got the two guys dancing, we got the man and the lady swinging around in circles, you know, enjoying a great time. And you know, I'm gonna be honest, I just done like 1 million backflips in that area. I probably have the record for most backflips. Let me know if you've beaten 1,000 backflips in that area, because I'm pretty sure I've done 1,000 backflips there. You don't talk about after the time skip, because that place became so depressing. Like, as soon as I went there, I was like, I have to beat Ganondorf, bro. That the change in the atmosphere over there, it unlocked something in me. I said, yo, I can't let this slide. I cannot let this slide. I have to get serious. Another place I loved was Kakariko Village, you know. I definitely didn't spend hours trying to figure out chicken physics. I definitely done it like first attempt, you know. I'm a true gamer. I'm a true gamer. I did enjoy being in Kakariko Village, and you know what? It suits the setting very well. But do you know, there's a little guy that we got the future Grammy Award winner in Kakariko Village. Go into that windmill room, my guy. I was his only viewer, I was his only SoundCloud listener, I was his only monthly Spotify listener. That guy in the windmill. He needs to make a TikTok or something. He needs to go viral because the tracks my guy was dropping. He was cooking something special in that windmill, and I feel sorry for him because yo, he should be in the marketplace. He should be there having a stand, everyone celebrating his thing and that. But as I said, this guy in the windmill, he is a future Grammy winner. And you know what? While recording, I nearly forgot that we got another special track in the shop. Like, you think I'm buying anything? No, I was broke. No rupees at all. I was just there to listen to the music for free. How about that? I scammed you, shopkeeper. I used your shop to listen to music, bro. I used that as a service. I didn't even pay no rupees, but you didn't even know. I was just acting like, you know, when you're just looking at the shop trying to buy something. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting that. No, I was just there to listen to the tracks. Enough with the high upbeat music. Actually, no, we got one more. Cockery Forest. Now we gotta calm things down. The final song that I do want to mention, other than Bolero of Fire. Of course, how can I not mention this? If I did not mention this, I would get absolutely butchered in the comments, and absolutely, I would agree with the comments because that's valid. How could I miss out Gerudo Valley? Like, this song had me dancing like I was in a Shakira music video. Like, I think this might be the GOAT song of the game. It's in the conversation. It's in the top 3 Ballon d'Or worthy of best Ocarina of Time song. But yeah, I had to mention it. And I feel like when it comes to music, that's pretty much the main music experiences that had me like goosebumps, hyped up, dancing, and you know, nostalgic when I hear them again. You know, they're like a memory inside my brain. But yeah, even the Ocarina of Time, I started learning how to play it. I was like, yeah, man can play these songs, no problem. First time Sheik is teaching me, I'm smashing it. This was all ingrained in my head. Write A down. I don't even know what song that is, but I know it's a song. And I don't know why I had this image in my head that old games weren't responsive. Maybe it's just me being very biased towards modern day games because that's kind of what I grew up with every time. But honestly, for a game 1996, it pretty much does live up well to today's gameplay standards. And even if they did make an Ocarina of Time remaster, will it hit the same as the OG? I don't know, but this was definitely a game outside of my comfort zone. Like, I would never usually play these kind of games, like retro games. But this game encouraged me to play other retro games like Super Metroid. Man got the respect on the retro games, that's what I gotta say. With Ocarina of Time making me realize that gameplay, even if it's in the 1990s, 1980s, hey, it can still be very good and responsive. But I'm not gonna mention the Water Temple too much. Because that, let's not talk about the gameplay there. Let's not talk about that one. That one gave me trauma. That one made me suffer. I'm not gonna lie, I was suffering for days. I had to use a YouTube walkthrough to get out of it. I'll put my hands up, I won't lie. I used a YouTube walkthrough to get through the Water Temple. Like, I didn't have the capacity to do it myself. No way. If I did not use that YouTube walkthrough, I'll still be there to this day. I probably would have gave up on the game. So you know what? Sometimes you have to do what you have to do. But on the whole, this game has such a perfect mix of gameplay, story, music, iconic moments, characters. Just everything is so memorable about this game, you know. It's just the whole experience together. It creates a connection with the player, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you finish the game, you know what I'm talking about. If you're a Zelda Ocarina of Time fan, you'll know what I'm talking about. That connection, it kind of stays with you, you know? And that's why I call this game timeless. Because me, someone who hasn't played a retro game or a Zelda game, look at me, I haven't played Ocarina of Time up until recently. And guess what? How many years is that? That's over 20 years since the game came out. And I had such an incredible experience with the game. And that is why I have to call the game timeless. People who are playing it on release day 996, I could have a conversation with them about Ocarina of Time, and we can have that shared experience. And that's why I call a game timeless. If people can have a shared experience and this game is like 20 years, 30 years apart, it's not definitely valid. Like, it is 100% a timeless game. And if you haven't played Ocarina of Time, you've played other Zeldas, but you're saying, I don't want to play the old Zeldas, I don't want to play the retro ones. Guess what? This is my plea to you. Do it. You'll thank yourself. You'll be like, yo, this guy in that YouTube video with that stupid froggy hat and Chopper in the background, he was spitting facts. He was onto something, you know. He was, even though I'm not saying nothing special, it's like one of the most highly regarded games of all time. But you know, I'm just like spreading the message of the game, you know, letting you guys know that from my experience, it was definitely worth it. It's one of my favorite games of all time. It's hard to say number one. I don't think I have a number one favorite game of all time, but it's definitely in the conversation. I'm actually streaming Majora's Mask recently, and if you check my channel, you can see a couple live streams. I'll be streaming more Majora's Mask soon. And hey, I'm just saying, the fans, all I'm saying is the viewers and the comments, they are very frustrated at my gameplay. I can be a hard watch at times. I'm saying, please viewers, guide me, I'm stuck. Because the Majora's Mask gameplay is actually very different to Ocarina of Time, kind of. Not the core gameplay, but you know, the masks and everything. But yeah, now you can watch me figure out Majora's Mask gameplay live on stream. And I would appreciate if you pull up to the stream, it would mean a lot. But yeah, leave a like. Ocarina of Time is timeless. Subscribe. Ocarina of Time is a Zelda game. Take care, my people, because the Ocarina of Time may be the friends that we made along the way. See ya!